Hey everybody, it's Carmel. Welcome to my channel. I have a project share today for Embellish With Us Wednesdays, and this is an open collab hosted by Raina, who is Lilo Crafts here on YouTube, and Marianne, who's Marianne's Craft Corner here on YouTube also. So I'm going to link Raina and Marianne's channels in the description below. They are both amazing crafters, so be sure and pay them a visit if you haven't already checked out their channels. I'll also link the hashtag. If you type the hashtag into the YouTube search bar, it's a really great way to find lots of gorgeous embellishment projects all in one place. Especially if you maybe lost your crafty mojo a little bit or you're looking for some inspiration, you'll find lots and lots of inspiration over there. So do check out the hashtag. So for my embellishment projects this week, I made some Christmas tags because 'tis the season and all that. And by the way, if anyone knows where the last year has gone, please do let me know because it's just seems like it's been the fastest year on record. But anyway, let me show you the tags. So all of the tags today were made using this paper pad here. It's by Crafter's Companion. It's from the Sarah Davies signature line, and this one is Watercolour Christmas. I hauled this paper pad a little while ago. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to see the paper in more detail. But I really do love this one. It's a beautiful, beautiful paper collection. So the first one I have is this one here, and I love this one. I think this one shows off one of my favorite papers in the collection. It's just really, really pretty. So I did a double layer tag for this one, and I backed each layer up on foam board just to give it a bit more thickness and depth. The tag itself came from a nesting banner tag die set from BB Craft. It's a really great die set because you get 6 or 7 pieces in it, and so you can layer up as much as you like. So for this top layer here, I was just careful where I laid down the die because I wanted to incorporate the tree and the deer into the top layer of the tag. But she's just really, really pretty. I added a tiny touch of faux snow down here and some little touches of faux snow onto the tree as well. The small banner was cut in silver cardstock from an MFT die, and then the sentiment sent with love was cut from the paper collection. It comes with some border strips in the collection. I added some bling here, and then I added these teeny tiny stars just to give it a little bit of sparkle. So then to finish it, I just wrapped this kind of silver pearl trim that I picked up on Ali and positioned it so that the stars would be at this part here. Well, I love how this one turned out. The background layer here, I don't know how well it's going to turn out on camera, but it was made with paper from the same collection. It has this beautiful, beautiful silver foiling on it. It's really, really stunning. This is my kind of Christmas color palette, the blues and silvers and more winter snow. I'm not really a traditional red and green kind of girl, but that's just me. So the next one I have is this one here, and apologies guys because this is going to be really, really difficult to film with the glare because it's not just acetate, it's a domed piece, so I can already see the ring light reflection in it. And if I hold it that way, you might be able to see a little bit better. I made it using one of the domes that I hauled from AliExpress a little while ago on my channel. I did share those in a haul video. I die cut the circle background with the trees, and then I fussy cut another tree from the collection and just popped it on some foam to give it some dimension. This bird and rabbit are die cut pieces that are in a 6x6 sheet on the pad, and I just popped them out and added them in and put them on foam as well. I added some faux snow to the bottom here inside the dome, and I did make a bit of a mistake here because I was rushing to try and get it finished, and when I added the snow, I added my glue and added the faux snow, I put the dome on straight away without letting it dry. So when I pressed the dome down, it did smoosh it a bit, so it's not quite perfect, but that's okay. We're okay with not being perfect. I added the Let It Snow sentiment here from one of those border strips in the paper pad. I added a bow. This bow was made using a lawn fawn die. I added some bling and then added some ribbon so that I could use it as a tag or hang it on my tree either. I didn't buy the matching dies. When I bought the domes, you can get the matching dies for some of the domes, but I didn't buy the dies. I already had nesting circle dies in my stash, so I just figured out what size I needed to match the dome and cut the background piece and then used 2 of them together to cut the frame piece here in silver cardstock. And then I added some polymer clay snowflakes inside the dome. Well, I really do love how this turned out, and I want to make tons more of them as well because they're just a little bit different from your standard shaker. I just really like the dome effect on them, apart from the glare on the camera and the difficulty of filming with domes. But there you go, such is the joy of filmmaking. So the last ones I have are these two here, and I was originally going to make these as flat tags, but then I couldn't resist. I just said, no, I'll go with shakers instead. Both of these tags were made using this die set here. It's a really, really old one from my favorite things. And I have a big soft spot for this die set because it was when I first got into paper crafting. This was my first product to buy from MFT. And it was also my first shaker die. So I made my first ever shakers with this very die set. I still use it all the time. It's one of my go-tos, especially for shaker tags. It's one of my absolute go-tos. But an oldie but a goodie. I love this one. So for this one here, I used that silver foiled paper from the collection again, and it's really, really gorgeous. It's a full-on shiny silver. It's not like vintage or muted in any way. It's a full-on silver, proper silver. I made up a shaker mix for it with mostly gems from my stash. I didn't add too many sequins. I wanted to really bling it up. And then I used a lawn fawn die to cut the bow in silver cardstock and added the fox cabochon from AliExpress. And then some sparkly silver ribbon to finish it. So I love that one. For this one here, I didn't go to town on the shaker mix because I wanted to show off the image, and I was careful where I laid the die down again on the paper because I wanted to really see her. She's just gorgeous. I added a couple of pieces of bling, and then I fussy cut some images here just to give it some interest on this corner, and then added some organza ribbon to finish it. But I do love how this one turned out as well. I made both of the tags using foam board for the shaker elements because that's how I prefer to make my shakers. But if you're new to that or you're not sure about making shakers, then I posted a tutorial on my channel a little while ago. I link it in the description below, and I shared lots and lots of tips in that video on how to go about making shakers, what type of glue to use, how to prevent your sequins from sticking, etc, etc. So I'm going to link that one in the description below if you'd like to know more about how to make shakers. So that's my project share for today, guys. And before I finish up quickly, I just want to say to you that I'm sorry. I know I haven't been watching any of your videos over the last few days or chatting with any of you. I just had a lot of stuff going on outside of my craft room, and I haven't been able to spend as much time online in the last few days that I would normally like to. But I will get back to it, and I promise I haven't disappeared or forgotten any of you. I will get back to you. I promise. I'm looking forward to seeing all your videos and seeing what all of you guys have been making. So thanks again for watching this one, and thank you so much again to our lovely hosts, Raina and Marianne. Do check out their channels, guys. I'm going to link them in the description below. Do make sure and pay them a visit and show them some crafty love. And thank you both, Marianne and Raina, if you're watching, for hosting this collab. It's a fun one, and I'm so happy to be a part of it. So thanks again for watching, guys. If you do like this one, I would really appreciate it if you could give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. That would be wonderful, and it really helps me to grow my channel here on YouTube. So take care out there, and I hope you're all doing well, and I look forward to chatting to you all in the next video. Bye bye.